Hey, Obinna, good to see you. You look so worried. Is everything all right? I'm having serious issues in my company. Balancing the interest of my company's many stakeholders like shareholders, management, customers, financiers, government, and community is giving us a problem. That has to do with corporate governance. Exactly. Then, you need to get in touch with ICSAN.
ICSAN?
Yeah, Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. ICSAN. They provide you with seasoned and top-ranking professionals trained to uphold the standards of corporate governance and efficient operations. You can also get in touch with
ICSAN.
If you want to become a chartered secretary and administrator, contact
ICSAN
by visiting the website
www.icsan.org
or call 009 06 601 69. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
Good morning, Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to the program, your program, Corporate Governance Platform on Echo 89.7 FM. This program is sponsored by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. Our guest is Ms. Gbemisola Ojerinde, ACIS. And our focus is role of ethics in business and influence on corporate brand. All right, Ms. Gbemisola Ojerinde, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, thank you for joining us on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you too.
All right, I also have with me in the studio Yinka Oguntoyinbo, Manager Education. Good morning, Yinka.
Good morning.
All right. Don't forget, dear listener, our focus is on role of ethics in business and influence on corporate brand. Ms. Ojerinde, what is ethics?
Oh, okay. So, ethics are the moral principles that actually govern a person's behavior. They're based on the well-founded standard as to what is right and what is wrong. Okay, we both would simply and easily agree that lying is unethical. I would simply agree that being rude is unethical. So they are just the well-founded standard that guides a person's behavior.
Mm-hmm. So how does ethical culture relate with corporate governance?
Oh, you see, why ethics are the moral standard? The corporate governance, it's more or less the vehicle, with which a company drives to be as ethical as possible. So we have the ethical framework under which a company makes their decision. While the corporate governance, it helps the company, the process through which the company remains as ethical as possible. So it translates into what they have in the code of conduct and what they have as their core values as an organization.
All right. So can you please explain how ethical culture imparts on corporate brand?
Oh, it's a form of branding. I would say it's a form of branding on its own. For a company to have a strong ethical culture, it's more or less a form of marketing. It influences your outlook, the way you're perceived among competitors. And it also attracts talent. It attracts and it helps to retain talent. You're easily convinced to working with an organization because of one or two you've heard. So it's as good as your billboard advert. Your ethical standard is as good as your billboard advert. It's as good as the product you sell in itself. Because that is what will help you to retain your customers, so to get the confidence of your investors. Nobody wants to deal with a company where anything goes.
Okay. The code provides that a company's code of business conduct and ethics should provide, among other things, that directors should not make improper or prejudicial use of information acquired as directors and not disclose non-public information except where disclosure is authorized or legally mandated. What is the significance of this provision?
The reason is a director is like an alter ego in the company, and you see directors' confidentiality flying about. It's just to ensure that the directors do not derive undue advantage from the information they have access to, because as a director you have access to top secrets, trade secrets of the company. So you should not use that to your personal advantage or to the disadvantage of the company. So of course you also hold the stakeholders, the shareholders, the public, the responsibility to be as transparent as possible. But that should not translate you into taking undue advantage of this information. So you have most organizations, you have to sign a confidential agreement. It's not really that, this is a court, or you don't say some things or you don't do some things, but because of what you have access to. So your competitor can get hold of those information and use to their advantage.
Okay. It's still Corporate Governance Platform on Eco 89.7 FM, and we are looking at the role of ethics and business and influence on corporate brand. Our guest is Ms. Gbemisola Ojerinde, ACIS. Ms. Ojerinde, moving on. Let's look at this. Honesty, integrity, fairness, loyalty are among desired principles in ethics. Can you explain each in relation to corporate governance?
Okay, so you have the principle of corporate governance in itself, the code of conduct. Most of the matters that it addresses is to ensure that the company is transparent as much as possible. It is shown to have integrity, honesty, and fairness. So most organizations, if you check their profile, you have after their vision, their mission statement, the next thing you see the core values. And most of these core values includes the respect, honesty, integrity. So the reason why we have code of conduct, the reason why we have the corporate governance policies is to ensure that, is to drive home the point. So you want to present yourself as honest as possible. Your organizational structure should spell it. You should be able to perceive it with the way you're structured, the way you deal with related parties transaction, the way you deal with information, respect to client transparency in filing your financial statements and all that.
Okay, so what is the relationship between ethics and social responsibility?
Okay, so it makes life easy for all, basically. Because as individuals and as an organization, we hold the society the responsibility to actually be ethical, to work by common standard, agreeable standard of operations as to how you operate, how you relate with people. Your integrity is actually, it's a currency. Your morals are currencies, and I'm responsible if I conceal information that would have been beneficial, something that would have influenced your decision making as to transacting with an organization or not, then it's unethical. When you make wrong publicity about an organization and it's just to drive in investors, it's unethical. So it's just a social responsibility, because you can find yourself being hurt by this same information. Okay. They are actually relatable. We are all responsible to the society, and the way we can show this responsibility is by upholding these core values, this moral standard.
Okay. So lastly, how do you reconcile situation when profitability is at variance with ethical consideration?
Okay, so for some organization, like the money-driven and solely money-driven organization would think that ethical culture is at variance with profitability, but that is not totally correct. Like I said earlier, your ethical standard is a form of currency. It may not pay now, but it will pay in the long run. It's a form of publicity. It's a form of selling. It's a form of marketing. Because at the end of the day, people want to deal with businesses they can trust. So you might have a good product, but if you don't have the proper structure, if you don't have the structure that can be trusted, you lose customers, you lose investors, because you are lacking in that thing that will retain the customer, that thing that will even attract the customer in itself. So at the end of the day, it's profitable to hold strong ethical standard, to have good ethical culture, not just to have it in black and white in your code of conduct and policies, but to drive it into the mind of your employees and make them also promote the culture. They don't even have to be written. There are a lot of cultures that are unwritten, a lot of ethical standards in organization. Oh, we don't do that here. Oh, we don't take tips here. It is their standard, so promoting that will be profitable to the organization in the long run.
Okay. We must appreciate you, Ms. Gbemisola Ojerinde, ACIS, for lending your voice on the issue of today, which is role of ethics in business and influence on corporate brand. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All right, Corporate Governance Platform, we cannot wrap it up without taking our announcement, and this will be handled by Yinka Oguntoyibo, the Education Manager.
Okay, thank you very much. The Institute examination registration is ongoing and will close on the 30th of April 2021, while the exams will hold on the 8th and 9th of June. So interested members of the public who are desirous of becoming members of the Institute can take this opportunity to register for the Institute program to become a charter secretary. Then the other announcements I have, we have several trainings lined up. The first one is Governance Practitioners Day, which is going on presently at the Institute. The theme of the program is Companies Regulation 2021, Implication for Governance Professionals. So whoever is interested in joining this program can call the following number for more details: 080-3214-77. I'll call that again: 080-3214-7720. Then we have another one, which is Engagement with Financial Reporting Council on Audit Regulations 2020 as regards mandatory registration of audit members. The program will hold on the 14th of April 2021. Then another one is Train the Trainer, which is an annual training by the Institute. The theme of the training is exploring the provisions of the 2018 Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance. We hold on the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 21st of May 2021. So whoever is interested in attending any of these programs can call 080-90-66-0169 for more details on how to register and attend the training. Then the last one is Next Generation Charter Secretary Program 2.0. Is for charter secretaries of the new millennium, those ones who practice as charter secretaries in the future. The training will hold on the 19th to 23rd of April 2021. For more details on this, you can call 080-61-524764. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you so very much, Yinka Oguntoyibo, Manager, Education, Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. On that note, we draw the curtain on today's edition of Corporate Governance Platform on Eco 89.7 FM. Thanks to our online guest, Ms. Gbemisola Ojerinde, ACIS. And our focus today has been on role of ethics in business and influence on corporate brand. Join us at that same time next week, Wednesday, for another edition at 10:15. My name is Olabisi Omidiri. Good morning.
Hey, Obinna, good to see you. You look so worried. Hey, Obinna, good to see you. You look so worried. Is everything all right? I'm having serious issues in my company, balancing the interest of my company's many stakeholders like shareholders, management, customers, financiers, government, and communities, giving us a problem. That has to do with corporate governance. Exactly. Then you need to get in touch with ICSAN. ICSAN? Yeah, Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. ICSAN. They provide you with seasoned and top-ranking professionals trained to to uphold the standards of corporate governance and efficient operations. You can also get in touch with ICSAN if you want to become a chartered secretary and administrator. Contact ICSAN by visiting the website www.icsan.org or call 009 06.
Oh yeah, he loves me can't deny. Okay. He is Jehovah Adonai. Yep. His love is going far and wide. Sure you can try, but it's really not a lie. Oh yeah. Never lose faith, never lose faith. 'Cause the Lord is always back you. Never lose faith, never lose faith.